have to make an exception for everybody. Right. They can't do that.
You must be pretty proud of your club so far with all the injuries that you have and you not being behind the bench. Pretty gritty performance so far.
Yes, I am. Very proud. If they just dump a little less because we're giving it back to them too often.
Back into the middle.
There it is.
Pass was blocked. Here's the chance. Covered up and got to play it in front. Good defensive play. Marco Siki both times on the ice blocking the shots and then gloving it away so he wouldn't be called for delay. Curry sends it around the boards. This is the line that has done the damage offensively for the Moose, with Curry having scored a 1, Stephane Morin 2. Save made by Greenlay and cleared out of the zone. Right back in. Larry Olam has scored a couple of goals this season for the Moose. Both teams changing it up as Atlanta starts it up ice. Snuggerud had poke checked it away. Davey will have to go back to get it in the corner as he got dumped with a stick in the skates, and finally Atlanta clears it out.
Tough view up here, huh, Coach?
Yeah, it is
deep around the people. And
yes, we're deeking, we're looking, and we're trying to.
Debris coming down.
Yes, we're getting a little bit of everything here, right?
Eglin moving in, poked away. It is safer on the bench. Back out the center. Knights have got to get back on side. Eglin on the near side chasing. Dave Hackstall, a piece of him as they went to the corner. They're still battling along the boards. Cleared up for Young. Young dumps it out 2-on-2 the other way. The Moose on the attack. Williams. Williams leading the charge. The shot, a save made by Greenlay. Good shot as he used the D that time for a screen. Held on to in the corner. Hawkins has played a very strong game for the Minnesota Moose. His centering pass intercepted and Cross brings it out. Ferraro moves it in. Wanted to pass. Poke checked away from him. Had it back. Lost it. Battle on in the corner for it. Loose puck. Nobody's got control of it here. Still sitting up against the boards. Finally, Gretzky just moved in and took it and lost it in behind the net. Out of the zone, Kravitz on the pass up ice. Back from the Moose on the attack. Decisions moving in. Scott Decisions fell down that time and went hard into the boards in front. Shot, score! The Minnesota Moose working it out in front to Kravitz, who got the backhand in along the ice. And they're back on top 4-3.
Well, that puck never should have came out of that zone. And we know that. That puck should have been back down into a quiet zone. And then the man wasn't picked up down low in front of the net. There's just no way about it. I mean, we had 3 men down there. They were overloaded on one side. We saw it over on the right side. Now watch it when he goes down here in their end. Now we've got 1-2 behind the net. Now there's no way he can help us down there. He's out of the play completely. His back is to the play. I mean, you have to read and react a little better than that as part of the game, especially in the third period in a 3-3 hockey game.
That's the head on a swivel, huh, Coach?
That's right, the head on a swivel, and that's as old as Methuselah.
That's old. That's old. That's older than you, Darren.
As you sit up here, Coach, and you have no control, you try to look for your reaction after they scored that goal.
Moran's shot was blocked.
You can't yell and scream at anybody, Coach.
Well, I don't yell and scream. That's not my game. I just try to school them in the right way. But sometimes it gets exasperating, you know, when it's especially on a swivel play.
Gretzky brought it up in a 3-on-3 situation. Puck goes to the near side boards. Moose leading at 4-3. Kravitz gets his first goal of the year. Bannister, help from his goaltender Greenlay, who came out to play that. Moran jams it off the boards. It ends up on the bench. Goal at 5:33 by the Moose. Kravitz's first. Williams and Decisions on the assist.
Shop to win in the Discover Card Big Payback. That's what Richard and Rebecca Davis did. They just won 50 grand in our weekly bonus prize drawing. You could be a winner too. Every time you use your card, you're automatically entered in the Big Payback. So keep shopping, because we'll be dropping more $50,000 bonus prizes before the ultimate $1 million grand prize. It pays to discover. The card with the Big Payback.
Where is he? When you just gotta get away from it all. Go role-playing at Super Adventure Island 2, where you gotta get back your memory and your lovely yet confused bride.
When my son Reed asks about sore muscles in his pitching arm, I tell him to take Advil. It's strong, works fast, and Advil's gentle on your stomach.
If it'll work on these old muscles, then I know it'll work on mine.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
And welcome back, everybody, as the Moose lead at 4-3. This is the Atlanta head coach, John Paris, we've been talking with. The Tell us about the experience last year winning the Cup first season.
Oh, it was a tremendous feeling. A lot of adrenaline was flowing there. A lot of hard work, but fun work. I mean, I learned a lot during that series. I learned a lot during the last part of that season, and I'm still learning. But what I enjoyed the most of that was the reaction of every team, the way that they worked so hard to do their homework, and I just had to work doubly hard. I have just enormous respect for all the coaches and players in this league.
Has it been difficult in this the second year?
Well, it's been difficult in the fact that we have a very young team,
yeah,
and that they need to be schooled, and you have to be patient with them. And with all the injuries that we're having, I just have to lift my hat to the young players, like Aaron Gavey, the Ferraros, etc., Eglins, and Bannisters. They're all playing well, Wilkinson. But, you know, you have to be circled around with some quality veteran players, and they have to be in... Whoa, that was close. You know, and they have to be in top shape, and those injuries are hurting us now.
Ferraro took that shot from no angle and bounced it off Draper's stick out in front of the net. Sent in by the Moose. They've got the lead here, but a long time left. 13-17 in this third period here at the Omni in Atlanta. Dubois drops it off Eglund on the near side. Eglund intended back to Dubois or Ferraro, who was following the play. They couldn't get it. Kravitz moved in. Drops it back out, can't control. Moose change it up on the far side. Staub had it. His pass was intercepted at center. We've got people out during the change here. They're back on side down low. Young's got an open net, but got dumped as he went over Greenlay, who has lost his stick, but he'll go back to get it.
Good read, though, by Greenlay, Gary. And John, just to read the play and go out with a stick like that, looked like forcing Young to go wide, and that's exactly what he did. Good, smart heads-up play.
Very smart play. I think he had the support, too, that was on that play. He saw that Minnesota had a lot of support man coming in.
Just wide. Sorry, John, that was Gretzky moving in, who got a stick on that and ended up with a shot. Nelson's shot was deflected out deep. Snuggerud there clears the zone. 2 back on D. Ross cleared it ahead. Played there by the Moose. Chris Miller. Ross steps up, dumped it in, delayed offside call. They clear the zone. Moose want to change here, so they gun it the length of the ice. Greenlay knocks that one down. How tough are those shots, Darren, when they come from the other end?
Well, it depends if you're playing well or not.
Depends on whether you're in the game or not, right there.
Playing well, you catch them. You're not playing well, you struggle with them.
Draper made the save on that one. Stepan Moran trying to clear it out, did on the near side. Couple of good chances by Atlanta to get this game tied up again. Drew Bannister back in his own end for cross on the near side. Let that one go. Kicked away by Christian at center. Dubois. Christian moved in from behind and got it. They're going to be offside here. The Moose are. They've got to clear. Bannister will go back for Atlanta. Bannister starts it up. One of the youngsters John was talking about for Atlanta. He is a rookie. Bannister is. Played at the other end by Hackstall on the touch. 11:16 to go. Third period in Atlanta with the Moose up by 1.
Only those with superhuman ability may enter my court. I got next. Dare to continue. To discover the real difference between the world's 2 leading soft drinks, we're implementing an anthropological study. Chimp A will be allowed nothing but Coke. Chimp B, nothing but Pepsi. The results are astounding. The chimp that drank Coke showed improvement in motor skills. The chimp that drank Pepsi, however, disappeared.
Hello? It's him.
Minnesota's got the 4-3 lead, and we're keeping an eye on the big goaltender, Greenlay.
And the shots on goal have been dominated by Minnesota, 33-20 so far. We talked about the size. And, John, this is something I want to touch on because the shot selection so far in this game as we've monitored, a couple of crossbars as well. Low 21, high 11, and they've scored all their goals along the ice.
Right. Well, that's where you're supposed to go on a big goaltender. We know that because a big goaltender, his weakness is down low. And also, if he goes down, we know that he's going to have much more of a problem getting up. His agility is not quite the same as a small goaltender. So he has to work a lot harder to stay in top shape.
You're the coach. How come you picked a big guy? Well, what happened to the little guy?
Well,
I'm just kidding you, Coach.
I know you're just kidding because we're little guys. But I had to give my little guy a rest, too. Got to give work to both guys. Wilkinson, you'll see him in the National Hockey League soon.
That's just speaking of Derek Wilkinson, the rookie goaltender from Belleville over in Ontario Hockey League, had a very good start so far as a professional.
Yes, he has. I mean, he has all the tools.
9-7 for Wilkinson and an .894 percentage save. Chance right there, and a 3-on-2 shot deflected, taken behind the net, and the center went wide. Christian picks it up. Great chance right there for Atlanta to get this game tied up. Stefan Moran's in the middle. Curry goes to the corner with it. Curry got pinned up, taken out of the play by Peterson. Gretzky wraps it around the dasher. Came back in on Greenlaw, though, as the puck went right to Christian on the far side. Gretzky bats it back the other way. Greenlay comes over to play it. And Poe clears it out of the zone. Miller there to knock it away. Gretzky will come back again. Land on the attack, changing up behind the play. Gretzky brought it in, was onside. Chris Miller took it away from him. Flipped that one out as the Moose also want to change it up. Moose will want to get people out there for short shifts, having played last night in Minnesota and gotten in here this afternoon. Tom Draper was very much a part of this win streak, the 4-game win streak that he has going on the line here tonight. And they have a 4-3 lead right now, 9:54 left to go in the third. Cleared up the near side boards and out. This will be an icing call. The touch coming at the other end. That'll get the whistle, and the faceoff will come back in the other zone. National Football League action coming up as the Raiders take on the Seattle Seahawks Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. It'll be live from the Kingdome. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann, Mark Malone. The Raiders 8-6, one game behind San Diego in the AFC West. NFL on ESPN Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern.
I noticed Coach John Harris Jr. joining us again. You've been put on a board. Is it something to do with Hank Aaron? I noticed here in Atlanta you're really getting yourself involved in the community.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Oh, I saw that somewhere.
Somewhere.
You volunteered your services somewhere on that. I'll get that for you, John.
Yeah, well, that's...
You do a lot of motivational speaking.
Yes, I've been...
Majored in sports psychology?
Yes, right now I've been doing a lot of schools, middle schools, mid schools, high school. You know, they even had a recital last night. Good for you. Sometimes children are worth it.
Absolutely. Cleared out of the zone. Still Atlanta down by 1 midway through this third period. Coming home here for a 7-game homestand at the Omni. Gavey working the other way, gets by Snuggerud. Gavey drops it off. John Gavey's
2-on-1.
There's Gavey in. Shot. Save Draper. Rebound. Draper. Still got it.
Well.
2-on-1, 3-on-1. Brian Straub with a second chance. Gavey with the first one. No light.
Coach, you were calling it too. You're looking for this one. You're just hoping that's going to go in there. Well, they had all the chances.
The chances are there, and we made them look good. All we had to do was just take it and put it upstairs. All we had to do was put it in the attic.
Settle
we didn't have to panic. Settle it down. Don't panic. We had all the time. Look around.
Good transition, though, on the 2-on-1 and the 3-on-2. That was a perfect play.
That's where we had the support there.
It looked like Sissons came back in time, just in enough time, so that your player couldn't get a hold of the puck.
Right. But right here, you'll see, still he had... Oh, you still had time.
Yeah, he had time to get it up
there. You just had to bear down. You have to bear down.
You ever get to the point, Coach, where you say, boy, it's easy up here to say that?
Yeah, it's always easier up here to say it. But it's our job to tell them.
That's right.
Their job to get it done, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stop sends it into the zone. Draper goes back to get it as Draper came up big on 3 scoring chances. High off and over the glass and into the seats. I want to thank the head coach of the Atlanta Knights, John Paris Jr., for joining us. John, congratulations last year victory and good luck for the remainder of the season.
Thank you very much.
Delighted to have you with us.
Thank you.
We'll be back. Moose up by 1.
Only 50 cabins are available.
Hey, MCI customers. Now MCI advertises 40% savings with Friends and Family 2 Basic. But to get any discount at all, people you call have to be in your circle. And to get the big savings, they also have to be MCI customers. You even have to pay $36 a year in fees, so you never get 40% off your total MCI bill. Your average savings is only 13%. Make it easy on yourself. Switch to AT&T and get true USA savings. Just spend $25 a month on AT&T calls, and we subtract 20% from your total AT&T bill. Call now and save 20% to anyone, anytime, anywhere in the USA. USA. Guaranteed. Fact is, 4 out of 5 Friends and Family 2 Basic customers will save more with True USA savings. So call 1-800-PICK-ATT now. Switching's free, and you'll save 20%. Talk about net savings. Call now.
Your true voice.
Welcome back, everybody. Gary Thorne, Darren Pag, and a good game. 4-3. Atlanta trailing as you look at the home team, down by 1.
Be a fun coach to play for, wouldn't he, John? And we enjoy his personality. We had him mic'd for our first game here. It was in Minnesota. It was a 7-6 win by Atlanta in Minnesota, and hey, he was a lot of fun, really a lot of fun.
Let's see whether or not Atlanta can get back and get this game tied. I can only tell because you were looking up at both of us. Held in the zone by Atlanta. They've got to put a little heat on here. Down to 8:42 remaining to go in this period. They've got to move in a little more, and they are right now. Straub in the corner. Straub trying to drop it off. Had it stolen. Knocked away by Kravitz. Up on the near side. Shot deflected in front. Didn't end up in on net. And everybody's crashing right now for the Atlanta Knights. Mark Tardif was down low. Tardif out in front. Never got the return pass. Cleared up by Kolstad and out. And Greenlay will tip it back a little bit behind the net to keep the play alive. Near side loose again, and the captain Hackstall was there. Olam lost it back to Hackstall. 33-21 the shots in favor of Minnesota, but just a 1-goal lead. Snuggerud dumps it in. Greenlay goes back to get it. He's got a 4-game losing streak that he would like to get out of the way, along with the team's 6-game losing streak. Gretzky back in his own zone. Gretzky will start it up through center. And Gretzky, they're changing up behind him. Dumped it off to the near side corner. He didn't have anybody with him.
Classic patented Gretzky play, though, curling up like that, waiting for the trailer to come on in from behind him and then setting him up. But his pass was a little high.
Campo dug that one out, gloved ahead in the neutral zone. Won't matter anyway, as Hawkins was back to get it for the Moose. They'll set it up in their own end. Moose not wanting to make mistakes, but at the same time, they're still forcing the play in the other end.
How about Minnesota? Anytime they get it in their own zone, they're flipping it out like that. They can't afford to lay back like that, but at the same time, Atlanta's doing a nice job of trying to penetrate the offensive zone.
Cleared up by Olam, tipped out of the zone. Get back on side. Nelson sends it right back in for Atlanta. 7 minutes left to go here in the third. Ferraro dropped it. Shot, save made. Draper comes up big, straight down the gut that time for Jeff Toms. Toms has been denied on the last 2 chances against Draper. Played behind the net by Bannister. Toms moves in. Puck came free. Moose able to control for the moment. Peterson putting the big checks on behind the net on Kravitz. Not enough to control the puck. Decision centered. Tipped on the attempted shot. Went wide by Williams. All right, now the Moose, even though they should have the lesser of the legs in this game, are out skating Atlanta. They did play last night against the Soviet Wings and had a shootout as well. Out to Curry. Curry will start it up, and they'll just dump it in. Christian going back. Shut out by Greenlay, the goaltender, so he couldn't go back to get it. Dubois for Atlanta. On the near side, out by Toms, and they'll change.
Deep Atlanta right now is getting that puck in deep and trying to sustain some type of pressure in the offensive zone. I mean, it's perfect right now for them. They can lay back. They've got to be patient and make the kind of plays. They've had a couple of good opportunities so far in this period to tie up the game.
Atlanta comes back. It's a 3-on-4, though. Kicked into the middle. Cardiff unable to control it for the shot. Eglin got hit. Straub trying to hold it in. Does. Play by Straub, the blue line. Eglin again back in the middle. Straub, the shot deflected in front. Good D coverage down low. Forward and 2 defensemen back for the Moose that time in front of Tom Draper, their goaltender. Draper deflects that one to the side. Osiki was there. They cover it up rather than risk the cough up there. Take a look at our Miller Lite League leaderboard. You see Brown and Perreault battled for the point lead in the eye throughout the first quarter of this season. And Stephane Morin, the man who's had 2 goals in tonight's game, 36 points in that top 5.
Pretty impressive offensive players right there. Guys that have been around an awful long time. Stephane Morin. So far, 21.5 minutes. 4 shots on goal, 3 points. Pair of tallies. pretty good game so far. Really, it has gone back and forth. And I mean, Atlanta would really kick themselves with that 2-0 lead. But as it turns out, they did fight back and had this game at even par, and then come back early on in the third period, and now they're down by 1. Hats off to them. Boy, before we started this game, I would have never thought they'd be in the game like they are right now.
6
with the amount of injuries.
Yeah, with 6 of their starters out. Shot Draper, the save, rebound, batted down in front. Ends up behind the net. Great opportunity for Atlanta. Campo was there for the first couple of chances. It's underneath the pile, and there'll be a whistle. Christian Campo, 28 in white, was out in front, really hacking away at it, trying to put it home. Couldn't do it. Gretzky followed up, couldn't get it done, but he had the best chances.
Yeah, Campo signed as a free agent by the Tampa Bay Lightning, 4th pro season. Last year, a part of this Turner Cup championship team, had some chances. That puck was up, though, and rolling. A lot of hacking going on in front of the net. Hackstall, Dave Hackstall, the captain, sort of let it slip from the grasp of his hand, but that shot went off the left shoulder of Draper. Pretty good save as he was able to stand up. And now, you know, Ishiru, he tried to kind of scoop it towards the net. Kind of gloved it. Got fortunate it wasn't called on that.
And Tom Draper getting the job done right now. Minnesota with the advantage in shots, but Atlanta is closing that gap here in the third as the Moose, obviously, with 5 minutes left to go in the game, keep drawing a little bit further back.
He faced off right here, too, Gary. Brent Gretzky's going to take it. He's going to go against Hawkins.
Hawkins in the black jersey of the Moose. Gretzky won it off the boards, but wasn't able to control it. Cleared around. Board checking. Atlanta trying to hold this thing in and get a scoring opportunity out of it. Snuggerud able to triple away to center. Dubois sends it right back in. Put on, but Osiki was able to get it out of the zone again. Eric Dubois just dumps it right back in. Mark Osiki seeing a lot of action here in this third period. Gretzky hit that with a high stick, so they'll draw the whistle and a face-off at center. 4:37 left to go, third period. The Moose leading the Knights.
Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. The cold one. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste.
You know, I've been looking for that.
The world is a very cool place. So get out of the old and get into the cold.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? Where you can see new resorts and attractions you've never seen anywhere before. You'd have to travel to the future and the past. And the only other place you'd find excitement like this is your own imagination. Only in Las Vegas.
Welcome back to the Omni. This is what happened in the second period. A lot of posts being hit. And Atlanta had some kind of pressure. Listen to this sequence. There's one.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Oh, there's 2. Crossbars, and here's the goal right here that tied it late in the period. And it's Yves Heroux that scored that goal, but early on in the third, it was Minnesota that scored again, and they've got a 4-3 lead. 4.5 minutes left.
Michael Kravitz at 5:33 from Williams, and Sessions has given the Moose the 4-3 lead in this game. 4:30 left to go. Dumped into the zone by John Young. Back to get it. Hackstall dropped down. Stephane Morin trying to clear, can't. Loose in the slot, shot blocked by the D wide. Young tipped that in on net, and Draper was there to hang on.
Talked about the goal that made it 4-3 early on here in this third period. It's Michael Kravitz, just acquired from the Detroit Vipers on December 8th for Daniel Shank. And Scott Shizens takes the puck across the blue line, moves it in on the left side. And we had the coach up here for this. He wasn't happy with the fact that all 3 guys are caught looking around, and neither one of them knew that Kravitz was right in front. Kravitz, no mistake, taking that on the backhand and beating goaltender Mike Greenlay, giving the Moose a 4-3 lead.
Kravitz, a veteran from the Soviet Union. 6 years he played there, and then has been 3 years here in the United States playing. Navy on the faceoff, won though by the Moose. That was John Young.
You'd want it Michael or not Mikhail, right? Now
yeah, Michael.
Michael, right?
Yeah, changed the name last year, I guess. Gavey tried to dump it into the zone to Ferraro. A little bit behind him, though. Snuggerud along his own blue line. Shoots it up the other way. Didn't intend quite that angle. There's going to be an icing call here. That's to Atlanta's advantage as the faceoff will be back in the Moose end. National Professional Soccer League, the Wichita Wings at Chicago tomorrow night, 8 o'clock here on the Deuce from the Rosemont Horizon. Chicago, the 90 and 92 NPSL champions. Wichita, Chicago tomorrow night on the Deuce, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. National Professional Soccer League action. Well, we find out who the coach is like now. 3:56 left to go in this third period.
They keep turning them over right now. The guy, Atlanta, for them, they're going well. They're causing the Minnesota Moose to keep dumping the puck. But the key right now is with all the dump-ins, they need to win some faceoffs. Todd Harchie has to win one now.
Stefan Moran wins it, though, for the Moose.
Maybe the next one.
Well, they've done a good job on faceoff. Kolstad will work from behind his own net, wants to see what pressure looks like. They'll go to the 1-2-2 here. Atlanta will on this forecheck late in the game. Cleared out of the zone. Peterson knocked it down. Batted up in the air at center. Christian came over to get it and sends it in. So the Moose are going to just try and dump it into the zone, force the play, keep the puck out of their own end, and not give Atlanta the chance to get this game tied up. They go into the defensive mode here. Held it at the point. Olstad shot. That didn't miss by much. Hackstall from the right point. Ripped it, but it was wide. They will dump and chase. Mark Tardif got it in. Draper comes out to play it. Veteran goaltender calmly bounced it off the boards. Moran sends it in. Now the Moose change it up and no icing here. Bannister back to get it for Atlanta.
Now one forechecker to Minnesota.
All lined up at the red line.
Every one of them.
Waiting for him to come back. Draper really wanted to stop that. Let's see if he ends up paying for that. Yves Herreau was over there to keep the puck alive along the near side. Hartje centered for Herreau, but it was blocked. Taken by Chris Miller. Miller trying to clear the zone. Hasn't got it out yet. Held in by Dubois on the far side. Miller pushed along the boards, and they'll get a whistle for a face-off with 2:37 left to go in the third. A couple other games in the I taking place tonight. We've been keeping you up to date on. Cincinnati pummeling Chicago now.
Whoa!
That was a close game.
It was for a little while.
And the shootout continues. That's the final now, as they did have a shootout. 7-6. Indy over Denver.
Indianapolis, another very young hockey club similar to Atlanta, developing teams for their parent NHL clubs. Indianapolis for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Off the face-off, Gretzky, and they can't hold it in.
The only time they win the draw, it comes all the way back. They can't keep it in the blue line.
That was almost fanned on by Greenlay, the goaltender that time. Gretzky picks it up. Gretzky moves in. 4-3, Moose leading. Shot deflected out deep. Again, blocked by Osiki. He's blocked about 3 shots here in this third period. Atlanta trying to hold it in. Snuggerud, though, picks up the loose puck and brings it out of the zone. Gretzky, the man who got picked up and leveled at the other end by Dean Kolstad of the Moose. Staub's got it for Atlanta. They need 1 to tie. They got a minute 59 to get it. Hackstall will touch this up for an icing on Atlanta.
You know, it's fine that Atlanta's keeping it in deep. Brent Gretzky had a chance curling up on the right boards. For him, the right boards. But there's a pretty big guy back there named Dean Kolstad, goes 6'6", and watch this. Finishes it off because Gretzky actually fanned on the pass, and then Kolstad continues to kind of put the leather right into the face of Gretzky, making sure he wasn't going anywhere. Brent Gretzky's a very slight build, 165 pounds. And you can see the way he plays the game. He likes to think it out, curl up. He does a lot of things. I'm sure, obviously, influenced by Wayne, but Big Dean Kolstad, make sure he took care of that. And Atlanta now, finally, Minnesota's got to face off deep in Atlanta territory.
Stefan Moran, who's taking a lot of their draws for the Moose, will move in again on this one. Miller won the face-off for Atlanta, but they've got to go the length of the ice here to get the scoring opportunity. Minute 47 left to go in this third period, as the Moose are trying to win yet another, keep their win streak alive at 5. Atlanta facing possibly their 7th loss in a row. Hartje dropped it off. We'll keep an eye to see when they pull the goaltender. Miller tried to get it in and could not. Chris Miller from Minnesota clears it the other way. Greenlay came out of the net and got away with it. Stefan Moran swung at it and couldn't get it. That was close. Cross. And the near side, Hartstein. Down to 1:12 left to go. They haven't pulled the goaltender yet. See if they do when they get it in the zone. Ferraro's drop pass intercepted. Ferraro intercepts as they tried to clear. They still have not pulled the goaltender. Take it down low. 1 minute left to go in the period. Mark Tardif had swung it around. Still have the goaltender in. Christian just tips that into the zone. 50 seconds remaining. Bannister waiting as Atlanta changing behind the play. Comes back to Gavey.
Have to get control of the puck so they can pull their goaltender.
Bannister lost it as he looked to pass up ice. Ferraro comes back to get it. Ferraro bothered. Great forechecking job by Scott Sissons.
There we go. Goalie, go on, Mike.
Goaltender still in. Now he's heading to the bench. You're looking at the time remaining. Third period. The Moose, dark jerseys, leading by 1. Cleared up, empty net at the other end, hit with a high stick by Cross. Cleared in towards the net, but it bounces wide. Time running out, though, for Atlanta. They'll get one more rush. Gretzky starts it up ice. Gretzky drops it off Gavey. They're offside. Offside with 4 seconds left to go.
Oh my, they just could not afford to waste any time in their own zone, and they did. They couldn't get control of the puck. None of the guys seemed to have the composure, and this is certainly where you miss the likes of the Jason Ruff, the Stan Drulia, one of the leading scorers, Peter Ferraro, and they didn't have that back there in their own zone. No quarterback to take the puck and bring it on up. Scott Gordon, a dejected. Well, it's his first time behind the bench. I mean, he just called a timeout. He's got 4 seconds left. Not a whole lot of time to score a goal. And if I were a betting man, which this is only for entertainment purposes only, I'd have to say that the odds are slim that they can win this face-off, get a shot on goal, and score.
They'll have to do it just that quickly in order to get this game tied up. American Hockey League action coming up on Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Time here in the Deuce. It'll be the Providence Bruins taking on the Syracuse Crunch. Two outstanding goaltenders in the A will be battling in that one. Scott Bailey for Providence, Mike Fountain for Syracuse, and Lonnie Bohannes, 38 points for Syracuse, one of the league's leading scorers. Wednesday, the A on the Deuce.
Well, our jinx on the Deuce here in the IHL looks like it's over with. We mic'd up Tom Draper before this game. I'm sure he was a little bit tentative about that, especially after falling behind 2-0 in this game. But the veteran leadership of Tom Draper, he calmed everything down. They battled back, and now he's faced 25 shots, and he stopped 22 of 25 for the evening.
Oh, the red-hot goaltender.
Yeah.
About to pick up yet another win here this season. 4 seconds left to go. And the Moose looking for victory number 10 on the year. One quick chance, maybe. And they did get the opportunity, but that's it. Draper gloves it on the shot from the blue line, and the Atlanta Knights lose this one, and they've lost 7 in a row, while Draper gets the 5th consecutive win in net for the Minnesota Moose.
He came back strong, but the real credit here is the fact that Minnesota bounced back from a 2-0 deficit and had that. It probably has a lot to do with the older guys that they have, the leadership group that they have on this new franchise in the IHL. Battled back pretty strong, and you got to feel bad for Atlanta too, because they put a heck of a gritty performance together, but now they've got themselves a franchise-long 7-game losing streak. Tough to get out of that.
And they are 4-2 against Minnesota. Minnesota has won 3 games in 8 days against this team. And there is your final from the Omni here in Atlanta. It's Minnesota 4 and Atlanta 3, and these two teams who started in exactly the opposite directions have now had it turned around. Minnesota to the plus and Atlanta to the negative.
Frank Serratori, the rookie head coach for Minnesota too, you know, he had to combine a lot of personalities, a lot of different, probably different players that are locally from there wanting more ice time, and he had to make some adjustments. They were patient early on, struggling on home ice. Now they've got their... what impressed me most about what Minnesota's got going right now is the fact that their road record is 500. That's very difficult at the modern...
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. The Atlanta Knights about to take on the Las Vegas Thunder from the city that glitters. Both these teams not quite glittering in their last games, both coming off a loss. I'm Dan Kamal with Stan Drulia from the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. Stan, I know Atlanta Knights fans want to know right away, what are you doing here?
Well, I've got a couple injuries, a little bit of a couple muscle pulls right now. They're just minor, so we're just hoping one day I'll take care of the healing process and we'll be back in the lineup tomorrow night.
All right, this Las Vegas Thunder team can come at you and come at you hard. Small building. They normally outshoot their opponents all but one game this year. Shutting down the Fab Five, I would think, would be a key.
Yeah, they're a great bunch of guys. They played together for the whole last season, and now they started again this year. And you know that they can score some goals in this league. So if we can shut those guys down, Atlanta's going to have a good chance of winning.
We're talking about Quinney, Bonk, Lefebvre, Richard, and Richards. Taking advantage of the odd man rushes their defensemen give you, though, also would be important.
Well, yeah, their team not afraid to jump into the play, and if we can concentrate on picking up their fourth and fifth guys, we'll create some turnovers. We'll be able to jump into the play and score some odd man rushes.
Try to get to Malarchuk early. He hasn't had to win yet here in this building.
Well, we know he's a good goaltender, and if you can get a lot of shots on him early and get some quality shots, you're going to get some goals. And if we can do that, take advantage of the early opportunities, we'll be okay.
One of the hottest guys in the IHL. Third leading scorer, one of your line mates, Jason Ruff. Have you played with a guy this hot before?
Well, I don't know. Last year in the playoffs, he was just as hot. Him and LaRouche and I, he's on fire right now. He's the only guy scoring for us, so we can get some other guys scoring. We're going to be a good hockey team. Maybe not as much ink, but a guy doing a great job on the other side, on the back line, Corey Cross. +9 now. He's playing strong, isn't he? Corey's really come along. Ever since John got here, John's given him a lot of confidence, a lot of ice time, and given him a lot of leadership roles. So he's come to the forefront, and he's trying to get a job up in the NHL right now. We'll be back with more from Las Vegas right after this on Atlanta Knights Hockey. The Atlanta Knights on Sports South, brought to you by AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By Coors Arctic Ice, nothing's colder, nothing's bolder. By Kroger, for goodness sake. By Oldsmobile, it's your money, demand better. By McFrugal, America's discount neighborhood car rental company. By Seagram's 2-Calorie Quest, a quest for ideal refreshment. By Sherwin-Williams, ask Sherwin-Williams. By Heineken, America's #1 imported beer. By Sportstown, we got the goods. And by Georgia Lottery, the most fun $1 can buy.
I've been telling you about our patented ice brewing machine that takes Coors Arctic Ice to -4 degrees centigrade, colder than any other beer.
And I've been telling you we're the only brewer who ships our ice beer cold. That's because...
if you don't make it cold.
And if you don't ship it cold, how can you call it ice beer?
Coors Arctic Ice. Nothing's bolder, nothing's colder.
When we first started out, all we had was a dream. But with determination and hard work, it began to take shape.
And soon the dream became a reality.
At McFrugal Auto Rental, we're proud of our hundreds of employees, our over 300,000 customers in '93, and our new spokesperson, Dominique Wilkins.
Through all the years, the care you take.
Come on, man. Get past me.
To see your family smile.
There are so many ways to love your family, and Kroger's always there to help.
Okay, we admit it. At Sportstown, fall is our favorite. Probably because it seems like every sport ever invented is in season or about to be. Being Sportstown, we get pumped about that with all kinds of new merchandise and lots of it. More of it than just about any place on earth. Here, check it out. We got the goods at a guaranteed good price. Save $20 on these Rocky Sport boots, now just $59.99.
The odds were 3-1 we'd be back, and we are back in Vegas. Dan Kamal with Stan Drulia. Vegas would like to sustain the forechecking tonight, wouldn't they?
Certainly. They know we're young defense, and they're going to come up really hard and get the forechecking as best they can.
Can they shut down Jason Ruff?
If they can shut him down, they're doing a pretty good job. He's on fire, and he's the man we're counting on.
Now, their defensemen like to pinch, but they can get caught, too.
Well, I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to be patient, look for them to be pinching, and pick off some passes and jump into the play.
All right, some guys you want to look for the Thunder. Of course, Alexei Yashin, he's an NHLer in this league. He scored well for them, 4-point scoring streak. You don't think he belongs here, do you?
Well, not really. I mean, he's 30 goals in NHL last year. What's he doing here?
And, of course, Radek Bonk, Rookie of the Year. He's a premier player.
Well, I mean, who knows what's going through his mind? He's off to a slow start, but I mean, with the lockout and contract negotiation with Ottawa, you know he's going to come around.
That's it for the pregame. We're coming back with the drop of the puck. The Thunder and the Atlanta Knights. Stay tuned, Atlanta Knights hockey. Today's symbol AutoZone. Mike Greenlay with a 3-3-0 record, 426 goals against, and it'll be Clint Malarchuk going for the Thunder at 2-4. No shootout losses, 478 goals against. AutoZone, goalie versus goalie. John Towers, Jr., coach of the Atlanta Knights. We have a microphone on John tonight, Stan. I get a little insight. Maybe you can tell us if that's what he really says.
It'll be interesting for me to hear what John has to say standing behind that bench.
All right, in black, the Atlanta Knights win the draw, and here we go from the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Dan Kamal with Stan Julia. And the Knights dump it in. Jeff Toms chases. He's in left side, throws it in front. Shot, score!
What a play by Tomsy. Jumped into play. These kids coming out early, getting us a big break and making a great pass across the stick over to Gaves, and he made the one-timer shot right into the net.
Aaron Gavey with the goal, and for Gavey, that's his third of the year. The Knights are on the board, 1-0. Just 15 seconds into it. Wow.
I think that's the one of the fastest goals we've ever got off the start of a game in our 3 years. I know Martin Tanguay did it here 9 seconds, I think, 19 seconds last year.
The Thunder lift it in. Mike Greenlay will set it up for Drew Bannister. Had some trouble with the forecheck. While Jeff Reed plays it along, though, and Atlanta. Aaron Gavey ahead to Al Peterson. Now left side, Toms is in. Pivots along the left boards. Left point, Peterson. Drops it right circle now. Chris Ferraro shot it wide. Around left side, kept in by Peterson. And the Thunder will send it out. Pass too far ahead for Rogers. And back to get it for Atlanta is Peterson. 1-0 Knights lead. First period, Chris Ferraro had some trouble with a bouncing puck at center. It's sent back into the Atlanta zone where Drew Bannister is there. He and Toms picked up the assists on the Gavey goal at 15 seconds. Back at center. Knights try to move it ahead. Campo in from Edgerton. Takes a bump along the end boards from Richards. Puck around and out at center ice. Played along by Derek Mayer. All-time series record led by Las Vegas. Thrown in front now. Shot from a tough angle. Heroux rolled it wide, picked up by Richards again. Spins. He's being forechecked by Campo. Yves Heroux and Devin Edgerton, the other two-thirds of that line. Puck around left side. Worked on along the left wing boards by the Knights. As you look at the reverse angle, Richard has it and dishes across. Yashin. Now it's played in. Andrew McBain, former #1 NHL pick. That's offside. We'll be back. Atlanta 1, Vegas nothing. First period. This is Atlanta Knights hockey.
In my sleep, I was on a quest for ideal refreshment. Water was pure, but tasteless. Boring. Diet soda was tasty.
But I'd like it with that artificial coloring.
You must be dreaming.
Then I dreamed of 2-calorie Quest. Luscious fruit flavors. Sparkling spring water. Quest. Ideal refreshment. With taste like this, who wants to wake up?
Say, guys, let's talk about traveling.
You won't have to travel far with McFrugal's convenient neighborhood locations.
What if you're called for charging?
No penalty there either. See, at McFrugal, you don't need a credit card.
Sounds like you've made another steal.
Well, McFrugal sure saves you money.
And speaking of steals...
McFrugal Auto Rental, America's discount neighborhood car rental company.
Here's a play right at the blue line. Bannister looks like they're taking the hit, getting it into Toms. Toms making the play right about here. Defenseman going down. Gavey with the one-timer shot right between the legs of Malarchuk.
Great play by Toms. Good patience on his part.
Nice setup. He pinched down low and then threw it across. And Jason Ruff is in for Atlanta. Right circle hits the brakes there. Battle on the right wing boards. Colin Miller with Peter Ferraro and Jason Ruff. Stan Drulia is up here with us. And the puck frozen along the right wing boards.
That's where Jason's the best. He gets in that corner like that. He puts the puck in his feet. He's so big and strong. Nobody can get that puck away from him.
Really playing a well-rounded game right now, isn't he?
Oh, he's doing everything he has to do out there. I mean, he fights, he hits, he skates, he scores goals, he passes the puck. I mean, what more do you want from a guy like that?
Jason Ruff, he has scored in every game thus far. 12-game scoring streak. He has a 9-game goal scoring streak. He has been absolutely brilliant in the early going. Gavey will take the draw for Atlanta. Gavey's out with Chris Ferraro, Jeff Toms, Alan Peterson, Drew Bannister. 1-0 Atlanta leads. First period from Las Vegas. And Quinney has a neutral zone. He's one of their strong forwards. Throws it right side. Lefebvre couldn't pick that pass up. Back comes Atlanta. Jeff Toms up the left wing side. Steps it into the zone. Along the left boards. Toms bump. And again, the Thunder on the attack. Right side, that's Bonk. Right circle. It's played to Searle, stepping it down low around the net he goes. Searle still on it, left side, and tipped wide by Lefebvre, who was at the right wing doorstep. He's muscled by Toms. Puck poke checked by Gavey. Big test for these young kids, isn't it, Stan?
Yeah, I think that's what McSorley might try to do, is get their number one line out there against our kid line and see what they can do.
Puck sent back in. Quinney for the Thunder. Drops it off for Bonk. Drew Bannister there for Atlanta, and he swings it around and out. Took a hit from Bonk. Puck all the way down. It will not be icing. Alex Hicks is back to get it for the Thunder. Had it stolen away. Leroux left side, a shot right on. Saved by Malarchuk. And the puck cleared back out neutral zone. Picked up there by Jeff Reed. Fires it in. Greenlay lays it back around. Going to be kept in. Puck thrown from the left point by Sharples. Loose. Centered shot just wide by Reed. And tripped behind the net was Darcy Lowe, and penalty coming up here in Atlanta. Reed has it right side. Delayed penalty situation. And touched by the Knights. So we'll have our first power play opportunity. It goes to Vegas here at the 3:50 mark of the first period.
Well, we're going to see what we got to make of here. They've got a great power play, and we'll see Quinney and Lefebvre and Bonk out here, I'm sure, eventually. And if our D can play some defense here, we can kill this penalty off.
Taking a look at the bench of the Thunder, that's Bob Strom. We just saw Chris McSorley. Bob Strom is the general manager and head coach. McSorley, the associate coach. Leroux goes for tripping at 3:50 of the first period. And Atlanta has it, and Eric Dubois is able to play it all the way down the ice. We're at the Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. They had several power outages here. We saw one, a transformer blowing one of the main intersections. The traffic has been unbelievable. They were thinking of delaying the start as the Thunder move in. Right side, a shot by Richard, blocked and deflected wide. It's going to be poke checked out neutral zone. Loose at the blue line, kept in now right side, low and down low, and Rogers is at the doorstep. Puck loose again. Picked up by Jason Ruff. He tries to work it out, and he does. Colin Miller working one-on-one against Richard. Long shot kicked out by Malarchuk. The Thunder on the power play. On it, Todd Richards. Center ice circle. In left wing side. Trying to throw it through traffic. Swept away. Dubois trying to poke it ahead. Couldn't do it. It's kept in. Richards down low. McBain. Andrew McBain, the veteran, works it out in front. Greenlay swept that away. It's loose in the corner. Campo works it around the glass. Bouncing puck. And kept in by Richards. Down low. McBain again. Takes a bump from Dubois. Searles on it. Throws it in front. Tipped away. Reed will chase it down. And out at the point. Richards unable to handle it back neutral zone. Richard is on it. He's back in left wing side. Tough angle shot. Tipped by Dubois. Bounces right in the slot, and Edgerton alertly clears all the way down the ice. Just 25 seconds left on the Atlanta minor. It was Leroux for tripping. And Jeff Toms with some good forechecking. Mark Hampshire turns and dishes off. That was Scaldi, but a two-line pass is called on Las Vegas.
Well, there defensively, you see Corey Cross making a big play right in front of Greenlay, poking the puck away, clearing it down.
Mike Greenlay, 3-3, off to a slow start, but I thought played very strong in Denver the other night.
Oh, he's been playing very well, actually. I mean, it just so happens the days that he's going in the nets, the team doesn't show up. So, I mean, we can't blame him.
Greenlay will watch the draw all the way down at the other blue line. 1-0 Atlanta leads. Glad to have you along on Sports South. Dan Kamal and the injured Stan Drulia day to day. Bothered by a couple of muscle pulls. Power play continues for the Thunder just for a couple of seconds. Now it's over. And Bannister will work it around, but not out. Now Drew again. Gave it away. Ashen a shot. Blocked by Peterson. Ashen chases left corner. Bumped on the play by Peterson. Puck loose. Thrown towards the front of the net. And unable to get the backhander away was Scaldi, originally a New Jersey Devils draft choice. Puck along the right boards. Hard work along the boards. Scaldi takes a dive, and the puck is cleared all the way through, right in on goal. With that sustained forechecking we talked about, Thunder have been pretty successful at it.
Well, that's what they do. They get the puck down low, and they got some guys that can cycle it, and that's what they're working on.
That's Derek Mayer for Atlanta. The outlet to Ruff. Al Miller. Back to Jason Ruff. Drop pass. Peter Ferraro threw it back across right side. Ruff was tied up by Jim Kite. Now in front, shot by Peter Ferraro, right on, save by Malarchuk. Nice feet in front. Ferraro with the shot. Now another one from the right circle, steered aside. Puck along the left side. Peter had it roll off his stick. Malarchuk comes out of the net, swings it around. And out come the Thunder. It's sweep check though, off the stick. Straub has it for the night. Drop pass, Ruff. Ruff along the right wing boards, ran into the referee, Scott Hansen. And it's cleared back through into the Atlanta zone. Ryan Straub had some trouble, but Colin Miller there from Greenlay. And he plays it neutral zone. It's Richards for the Thunder. Plays it across. Derek Mayer back for Atlanta. Ahead, Peter Ferraro. Radic Bonk intervening for Las Vegas. Now the puck is jammed in by Jean-Marc Richard. Swept back through by Mayer. And the Thunder have it again. Richards to LeFay. Right wing pass. Darcy Lowen from a Buffalo Sabre. In the slot, but right there, Christian Campo for the Knights. Up the right wing, hits the red line. Rocks it in. 1-0 Atlanta, 12 to go here in the opening period. And icing is called. We'll be back. 1-0 Knights, Atlanta Knights hockey.
As you can see, we have quite a selection.
If you won $2 million playing Lotto Georgia,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
you could afford to buy a dream car every month or so for the next 20 years.
I'll take it. Why not? I'll take it.
Think about it. Play Lotto Georgia, because a few million still goes pretty far these days.
Next week is my 5th wedding anniversary. It's unbelievable how time flies.
Did you get her a present yet?
Yeah, I'm getting her a really nice washer and dryer.
Oh, come on. She'll never forgive you. You got to get her something for her.
It is for her.
No blondes and bikinis.
Get a jewel.
No sales pitch from the chairman.
Or vacation.
None of that is what made Heineken the #1 imported beer in America.
You think I should take her someplace special?
Definitely.
So maybe I'll take her to Cooperstown.
No.
Great chance for Atlanta, Stan.
Here we're going to see Colin have some patience behind the net with the puck. Giving Peter some time to get in front of the net. He gets the one-timer right off real quick, but Malarchuk there to make the brilliant save.
That was a big stop. Atlanta leads 1-0. There's the veteran, Clint Malarchuk. Wow, sustaining one of the worst injuries imaginable. Remember a few years ago when he was cut by that skate?
I had tickets to that game. Luckily, I didn't take them.
Quick work by a trainer saving Malarchuk's life when he had his neck cut severely by a skate blade. Dubois deep in his own zone for Atlanta. Around to Chris Ferraro. Deflects it ahead. It's loose now at center and played into the Thunder zone. Again, neutral zone. Small building here. Things happen in a real hurry.
When it's small, you got to do the little things right. The little things that makes a difference in a small building.
Go, go, go.
It's Reed, left circle, had it stolen away. Chris Ferraro. Back for Atlanta. Jeff Tom's down left wing side. Drops it out high. Mueller shot, hit, score! It was deflected, and the Knights lead 2-0.
That play all opened up just because Chris decided to drive to the net. Jeff Toms had the puck wide, drove to the boards, and Millsy came across from the other side of the ice, creating a 3-on-2. A great shot.
We will look at it again as Colin Miller, all smiles, returning to the Atlanta Knights bench. The time of the goal, 8:36.
There it is, Tomsy driving down the boards. I don't know if we're going to see it on camera. You got Chris Ferraro driving to the net right there. Colin having some time to take a shot. A little bit of a bounce, but we'll take it.
I don't know if it hit Richard or Chris Ferraro, but it deflected. It goes to Miller.
Number 25, Jeff Toms, time of the goal, 8:36.
Tough to see on the angle, but we'll maybe get a better look at it. I don't know if Chris got a stick on it or if it hit their defenseman's stick.
Big shot the other way here, wide. Now centered shot, save, Greenlay, rebound wide by Bonk. Greenlay back in the net, Bonk works it along the end board. Bannister battles him there. Puck is flipped along, Campo tries to direct it for Heroux, but it's picked up again. The Thunder's Patrice Lefebvre across and gets it on the return. He's in. Left wing pass intended for Quinney. Quinney muscled by Drew Bannister. Puck is banged around the glass. Big hit on Edgerton by Bonk. But the Knights are able to clear. On it is Al Peterson for Atlanta. He plays it in. Edgerton, Heroux, and Campo with Strong and Mayer out there now for the Knights. And the puck is carried out center ice by Jeff Sharples. Long shot in. Greenlay will drop it off for Straub. Lays it in turn for Chris Ferraro. Dishes for Derek Mayer. He's in. Across right side, Davey. Around the net. Centers one, but right there to collect was Yashin for the Thunder. Laid it off Mayer's leg and into the Atlanta zone where Chris Ferraro turns. Dishes back for Straub. Around it goes Jeff Tom. Up the left wing side, Aaron Davies in. Rolls it for Ferraro, looking to dribble. Tom shot it just wide. Nice setup there. Kept in right point, Straub. Down low it goes. Ferraro chases, he's dumped. Puck around, left boards, kept in by Gavey. Now left point, Dubois trying to keep it alive. You see the battle along the boards and the puck bouncing. Picked up by Jim Kite. Across it goes Doug Searle. Stolen by Miller. And he could not play it ahead for Ferraro, but Cross deflects to Rupp. Now to Miller in. Backhander right on save. Rebound. Save. Malarchuk, and he holds on. Good forechecking the other way now.
Now we're getting some chances. I mean, that's what it's all about. If we can get enough scoring opportunities, you're going to score some goals.
They do give it to Ferraro.
And Ferraro gets the goal.
Yeah, Chris just seemed to wave his stick in the air and get a piece of it. We definitely knew it hit somebody. Nonetheless, it's in the net, and it's a goal for us.
Mike Greenlay made a big stop just a moment ago to keep it at 2-0 Atlanta. Face off to the right of goaltender Clint Malarchuk. Dan Kamal with the injured Stan Drulia, our special color commentator guest. What's the key on face-off, Stan? Why is Colin Miller so good?
I don't know why he's so good. If we all knew that, it'd be easy for us. That's his job. He does it perfect.
He wins most of them. Richard has this one. Around it goes, and it's dumped in by Scaldi. Thrown in front, and Scaldi didn't get all of that. Good setup attempt, though, by Mark Rogers. Kept in right side, down low. It's Darcy Lowen. Puck skips around, though, and it's going to be kept in left side by Jean-Marc Richard. Throws it in front. And Greenlay got a piece of it, then found it and held on for the face-off.
That puck bouncing at Greeny's feet there. I didn't know if he could pick it up or not. Fortunately enough, our defenseman came in, cleared the forwards out of the play, and if the defenseman can clear that second guy out, Mike's going to be able to stop most of the pucks.
As you said, the team really hasn't given him the best support that John Parrish Jr. would like, but I thought it was a pretty solid effort in Denver the other night, team-wide. Did you?
Well, I don't know. We got off to a slow start. I mean, the ice there wasn't that great. We found ourselves, most of us felt like we were skating in quicksand out there. But Mike played very well and kept us in it and made it closer than it may have been.
Face-off comes to Greenlay's right. Knights 0-5 this season when scoring 3 or fewer goals. Thunder 9-0 when opponents score 3 goals or fewer, defense still wins in this game.
It does. We found that out last year.
Left side, Richard shot, and Greenlight got a piece of that. On it is Colin Miller. Left side, he springs Toms. Jeff is in the drive, and a save by Millard. Check the rebound. Just rolled wide by Richard. Now it's picked up by Richards, trying to move it ahead. And picked up by the Knights. Bannister across to Peterson. And swung in by Toms. Toms, Gavey, and Chris Ferraro, the rookie line, but he's nicely called on the Knights. We'll be back. 2-0 Knights, Atlanta Knights hockey.
Great legs.
Thank you.
How do you get them?
I used to do aerobics till I dropped. Then I found Thigh Master. Every single time you squeeze Thigh Master, you strengthen and tone right where you need it. So it's easy to squeeze your way to shapely hips and thighs.
I thought I'd never fit into these jeans again. Thank you, Thigh Master.
I recommend it and use it.
The secret to shapely thighs is exercising these muscles with just the right resistance. This balanced resistance coil is designed to give you results quickly and comfortably. Want to tone your upper chest and arms? Thigh Master will give you excellent results. Thigh Master. We may not have been born with great legs, but now we can look like we were.
To order your Thigh Master, call 1-800-533-1400. Have your credit card ready. Or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.50 for shipping and handling to this address. No CODs, please. If you're not fully satisfied, return it in 30 days for your money back. Plus, if you call right now, we'll also send you Suzanne's Slender for Life Plan absolutely free. So call now for quick delivery.
2-0 the score. The Atlanta Knights leading the Las Vegas Thunder. Here's John Parrish Jr.
Don't do that.
We've got him, Mike, tonight. Give you a little bit of insight as to what goes on behind the Atlanta Knights bench. I wonder he's always hoarse.
He's not afraid to speak his mind out there. He likes to be motivating and get the guys going.
That's it.
Thunder won the draw, but it skips all the way back through, and Sharples will track it down for Las Vegas.
I think that's what Colin was trying to do, just chip it out of the zone right there. He actually won that draw.
Battle for it in the offensive zone, nearly stolen by Gavey. Back in the Atlanta end, and that's Peterson working it along. Toms is in left side, trying to move it in front. He was spun off the play, and puck loose out high to Bannister. Shot right on, saved by Malarchuk, and the puck cleared ahead. Quinney in a race with Bannister. Good job by Bannister to dive and block that shot. Good defensive work by the rookie.
Great play by him to keep up with Quinney.
Quinney, a good skater. I remember Quinney from his Fredericton days. Always been a quality forward.
Oh, he's got all the tools. He's a little guy, but he's got some great speed. You'll see him all night breaking the holes in the middle of the neutral zone. When he hits those holes with the puck, he's tough to beat.
Radek Bonk and Ken Quinney heading to the bench. There's Bonk. Is Bonk as strong as he is big?
He's a strong guy. I mean, he's just 18 years old, I think, right now, and he's certainly a lot stronger than a lot of kids at his age.
The Thunder in right side, and jumped on the play was McBain. Battle for it in the corner, and it's frozen there.
Brian Straw's been a welcome addition. Ever since he's been here, he's really done a great job.
Hope you'll stick around for our intermission. We'll be chatting with one of the players from the first period. We'll do a live interview, a Brooks Brothers interview, game analysis, Heineken highlights all coming up. I hope you'll stick around as we look up high at the Thomas and Mack Center. Beautiful building and slowly starting to fill up. Boy, was that gridlock out there. I think we just beat it.
Yeah, I was asking one of the ushers coming in what the crowd was going to be like. He said their fans don't come when it rains. Sometimes they stay at home. They're not used to this weather.
And the electrical problems they had some transformers blew. A lot of lights were shut down, traffic lights. Sharple's shot was blocked and picked up by Colin Miller. And he tries to send a row along. Regained by Sharples. Has Yashin at the line. Yashin stood up. But the puck dropped to McBain, to Sharples, a shot right on, saved by Greenlight. Sharples on it again. Looking for Kite left side, banged off the boards by Haru and down into the Thunder's zone where Sharples has it. Offensive-minded defenseman Jeff Sharple. 7 minutes left here. First period, 2-0 Atlanta. Sharple playing it in for Vegas. Straub circled the net, but it's picked up. Throw by the Thunder. Half-shot centers one. Good poke check off the stick of McBain by Edgerton. And the puck is bounced out neutral zone. Defenseman slips. Campo's in. Trying to step it through. Good defensive work, however, by Richard, who got back in a hurry. And Yashin has it now for Las Vegas. Poke checked at his own line by big Corey Cross. And frozen along the boards.
Yashin not afraid to hold on to the puck there. I mean, we had a couple guys on him, and he was still trying to beat him, so maybe it would have been a little better play if he'd have just tipped that one out. It seems to me that he knows he's a good hockey player, and he might be trying to take advantage of that down here.
Still kind of a reflection of the Soviet style, isn't it? The Russian style, isn't it? A little more one-on-one than the North American style.
Well, they don't want to turn the puck over. I mean, whenever they have the puck and they don't have anywhere to go, they like to turn it back, maybe regroup and keep going that way.
Puck is sent in by Atlanta. The icing call is back to touch was Jean-Marc Richard for the Thunder. Richard, former free agent signee of the Quebec Nordique. 6:12 left here. First period from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, Nevada.
See Colin Miller getting a lot of ice time early, a lot of face-offs in our zone, so every time there's a face-off, he's out there taking the key ones.
John Parrish Jr. directing. That's Chris Ferraro in front of him. And there's Colin Miller.
You'll see him take his time here. He knows he's been playing a lot. He's going to get his rest before he gets in the face-off. Now you got that defenseman moving up into the play. Colin might decide to go forward this puck.
There it is, exactly as Stan says. Back to Richard, the shot right on, and Greenlay made the save. Key there, Stanny was able to really deaden that puck and give no rebound.
Well, there the defense took the guys away from the front of the net, gave Greeny the view of the whole puck. You know, when you can see it, you're going to stop it.
There's C-Mill, Colin Miller. He's been holding up well.
Find himself a little time right there, going over a little talk to the ref. He probably didn't have anything to say. Just get himself a little bit of a rest.
Moseyed on over and said, odd for it to rain in the desert, isn't it?
Here it is again. Defenseman moving up into the play.
This time Miller wins it back to Dubois around. It's kept alive by the pinching Jean-Marc Richard. Eric Dubois chases fourth. Atlanta give away to Rogers in front now. Right side, Richard, a shot and score.
Oh, what a great play by Rogers. Front of the net was jammed with traffic, and who was creeping in but a defenseman again, coming right down the middle of the slot.
The defenseman here loved to pinch, and we just saw Jean-Marc Richard.
Not much Mike could do there. I mean, that was a great play by Rogers. Here's a player that hasn't got a lot of playing time this year, and when he's been out there, he's done his job very well.
14:06 the time.
There we have it, turnover. You're going to see the traffic in front of the net. Look at this, defenseman keeping right down the slot. Great shot.
Looked like Mike may have gotten a piece of that with the left arm.
Scored by number 17, Jean-Marc Richard.
2-1. Atlanta leads by one now, and Peterson bounces one in on Malarcha. Richard works it along. Into the zone, Thunder throw it. Back is Bannister. Around to Gaby, couldn't pick it up. And it's back at center ice where Patrice Lefebvre is on it right side. Richards drop pass, bogged the drive, and Greenlay makes the save. Right back. Atlanta leads it 2-1. This is Atlanta Knights hockey.
How about a few words about why you bought your Cutlass Supreme?
You won't believe what you get for your money.
Dual airbags, anti-lock brakes.
Automatic, air, cruise. Do you want me to go on?
Cutlass Supreme by Oldsmobile with more standard features for thousands less. Simply priced at $17,995.
The simplified pricing thing is fantastic.
Great car, great value. It's as simple as that.
They've listened to me.
It's your money. Cutlass Supreme, $17,995 at your Southern Olds family retailer.
Angel Soft audition, take one. 136.
It takes something special to be an Angel Soft baby.
143.
And something special to be Angel Soft bath tissue.
Got a big mess? Get the Big Roll. Sparkle Big Roll. With 50% more sheets than before. And Sparkle 2-color prints look good just hanging around.
Too hard for you to move. I want you facing the play. I want you to make so that you can turn that into a triangle. If you say you would have had a triangle between, you would have had them. Okay?
If the guy's coming around the board there,
yeah.
And, I think it was Drew, and he wound up.
Teaching goes on all the time out there, doesn't it?
Well, that's what John loves. I mean, he takes his time, especially with the kids, to go over a little bit of something that he wasn't thinking about. Maybe Tomsey should have been in the middle of the ice. They're closing off the slot. Instead, he was on the boards, and I think that's what John's telling him.
Play is on. It's been a good one. Glad you could join us. It's 2-1. Atlanta Thunder work it in the middle. Shot. Big stop by Greenland. The shot by Alex Hicks, and he holds on. What a stop by Mike there.
Well, we're giving him some quality scoring chances. Mike's been there, and he's getting to see him, though. But, I mean, they're walking right down the middle of the ice with some great chances.
Bob Strom of the Thunder probably enjoying the work there. Good forechecking by his team.
Well, they're creating some turnovers, and we know we gotta close off the slot. Oh, we have a penalty on the play.
Cross check. Cross check on Lefebvre at 14:55. So the Atlanta Knights are on a power play. It'll be Atlanta's first power play of the evening.
Yeah, we didn't see where that happened. That must have happened behind the play.
It's the Papa John's power play. Call your nearest Papa John's pizza shop and pick up a large one-item pizza for the incredible price of $4.99. Carry out only. This is the Atlanta Knights' first power play. Always our Papa John's power play. And out comes Atlanta. Left side. It's Dubois. It's offside and big hit along the boards.
Yeah, they got some big D back there, and they're not going to be afraid to stand up at the blue line. They want to, put 4 across the blue line and make us dump it in. And if we have to dump it and chase it, sometimes that's less effective for the power play.
Alex Hicks, second year with the Las Vegas. Actually played with Toledo last year. A couple of games with Las Vegas. Had some pretty good ECHL totals in 57 games. 140 points, dominating from the back line in that league. Nice work it along. Dubois trying to set up for Miller, shot it wide. Now the puck along left point. Dubois trying to roll it down low. It's picked off and cleared ahead. Left wing side, thrown into the zone by Scully. But back comes Atlanta. Right wing, it's Ferraro. Drop pass, and Mayer overskated, but Dubois kept it alive. His shot deflected. Out comes Hicks. Right wing side, he's into the zone. Looking along, but stolen away by Rupp. Back on the Knights again. Thunder giving up the odd man rush. It's inside to Rupp. Down low shot, he scores! Jason Rupp! Off the feed from Miller and Ferraro. Again, the Thunder giving up the odd man rush, 3-on-2. And that guy has scored in 13 straight games.
There's Jason. He gets an opportunity like that, he's not going to miss. You don't want to give him that kind of an opportunity. Chris and Peter, though, I think it was making a great play over there. Chris dropping it to Pete. Pete seeing Ruffy driving to the net as he usually does, getting open. There it is. He saw Malarchuk go for the poke check. He slid his hand up to the top of his stick, and that's what you're looking for when you're going in all alone like that.
That is his 14th goal. He has now scored in 10. He has scored goals in 10 straight games. He has 14 on the year, 24 points, and Atlanta leads 3-1. And the Thunder are right back. Left side, lower. It was blocked off and cleared. It was the Ferraro twins actually on the assists. 16 minutes exactly. And play is whistled down. Ruff with the goal. And the Ferraro twins each getting an assist at 16 minutes. 3-1 Knights.
Chris and Pete not afraid to look for each other out there. They know where each other is pretty good. So a little drop pass and a quick pass to Ruffy. And when you're in like that, it's pretty much a goal every time.
As we take a look at Jean-Marc Richard, the goal scorer of the Thunder here, as the Knights lead at 3-1. Face-off neutral zone, Gavey wins the draw back to Peterson. Now it's Drew Bannister. Peterson bounces one out to center. Toms is there and works it along for Chris Ferraro. Stolen away by Richard across to Lowen. And it's Drew Bannister again for the Knights. Works it along the right wing board. Richard playing it across for Todd Richards. His headman pass picked up by Darcy Lowen. Lowen's last NHL team, the Ottawa Senators. Shot from Richards deflected wide. And kept alive left point by Richard. Now it's swept out by Chris Ferraro. Richards again for Vegas. Greenlay will set it up for Bannister. Around it goes. Chris Ferraro bangs it off the boards and out. Radek Bonk there for the Thunder. 3-1 Knights. Bonk in, left side. Tries to roll it right side, deflected. Bannister sent it around, but not out. Now it's poked out by Edgerton. Nice play. He's up the right wing side. Right circle drive, kicked out by Malarchuk. Puck spun around. Bonk has Quinney with him. Lost it though, trying to play it across for Lefebvre. Kept in by Krosno. It's offside. Atlanta.
Well, Tomsey's been all over the puck all night long. He's making things happen out there. It's nice to see him and Gaves getting some opportunities. You know, they sat out the last couple games, so they're young and they're eager to get back in the lineup.
Well, you talk about depth. Atlanta has some. The Thunder have some. A guy like James Black is out tonight. Bob Boyce is out. Bob Joyce, rather, one of the scratchers. They have some quality forwards as well.
Yeah, they'd be a welcome addition to any team right now. And when you're sitting guys like that out, you know you got a great hockey team.
It's Edgerton, Campo, Eru out with Cross and Dubois. Atlanta leads 3-1. Searle has it for the Thunder. Bounces one out to center. 2:12 to go in the first period. Puck worked along. Bonk kept it in. Right side, Quinney. Tough angle shot blocked by Corey Cross. Quinney centers it. And fanning on it was Bonk. Out comes Atlanta. Christian Campo up the left wing side. He'll hit the line. Continues to work it. In front. Edgerton couldn't get through traffic, and out comes Radek Bonk for Vegas. Big man is in. Drop pass, poke checked away by Mayer, and cleared out by the Knights. No icing. Tracking it down is Jim Kite for the Thunder. Time winding down here. 90 seconds left in the first period as Kite turns back in his own zone. Tried to find Hampshire. Stolen by Peter Ferraro. Now Peter's in with Ruff, but stolen by Andrew McBain. Good back-checking work there. As the Knights try to sustain their forecheck. Puck out in the slot for Ruff. In front, backhander right on by Peter Ferraro, and Malarchuk made the save. Set up there.
Jason making the play again. Peter driving the net like he should be in that situation. He's a little guy that can get to the net and score some goals. So Malarchuk making a great save, though.
Ferraro's had a couple of opportunities. A kid like him getting frustrated at this point. He's had a lot of situations like that where he has a chance to bury the puck, just can't seem to be able to get on a roll.
It's tough when you're getting chances like that and you're not scoring, but the good thing is you're getting the chances. So, you know, eventually they're going to go in. And, you know, I mean, myself, I'm in that situation right now. I have a tough time putting the puck in the net, but I'm getting the chances. So you can't be discouraged. You just got to keep working hard. You know, eventually they're going to go in for you.
It's 3-1 Atlanta. Mike Greenlay, bit of an equipment problem, and it's being tended to right now.
Tough to say what the problem could be right there. We only got a minute left, so he'll be able to get in there and get some equipment repairs.
Back-to-back factor. Knights 1-3. First of back-to-back games this year. Thunder 4-0. So an early trend there favoring Las Vegas.
Well, that's a great stat for them. We gotta pick our end of the score sheet up right there. We haven't been in that situation that much this year, though. I mean, we play a game and then take a week off. So I mean, it's nice for us to get a little bit of flow this trip and see what really made it.
Off the face-off. Ferraro can't keep it alive. Hampshire's out to center. He's into the zone. Ridden off nicely by Straub. Puck picked up along the left boards. Scaldi fed McBain. Mayer is there for the Knights. Played it around. Sharples kept it in. Mayer was tripped in the corner, and he falls on the puck with 46 seconds left in his first period. I would think the rhythm is most welcome, the opportunity to get into a rhythm as a team. Those sporadic early season schedules, I guess they make it tough really for everybody.
Well, we were, as a team, we were saying our season we didn't feel like we started till last weekend when we had San Diego back-to-back, and then we go on the road for 7 games in 12 days. So, it's a good test for us. We were at home for 3 weeks, and getting on the road with a young team, it's really going to show us what we have.
Jason Ruff, we're going to try to get him live right after the first period. He's out there with Colin Miller and Peter Ferraro. Alan Peterson is on the back line along with Eric Dubois.
Don't like to see that happen right there. Peter jumping in early. That cost us Millsy getting thrown out of the faceoff there. 46 seconds left. It's a big time for us.
Potentially a key. Ferraro will take the draw. He wins it, however. And Dubois feeds Peterson behind the net. So the rookie redeems himself after the mistake. And the Knights are able to clear it out center ice. Richard plays it along. Dubois taps it into the zone. The Knights had to clear. They lead it 3-1. Half a minute left here in the period. Peter Ferraro steals and chips it back into the zone. Good work there. Richards back for Las Vegas. Slides it ahead for McBain. Time for a rush here for the Thunder. Drop pass. And Ruff came across and got McBain. Thunder continue on the play. Centering pass swept away by Dubois. Now Ruff tips it away, but Richard kept it in his shot, blocked by Peter Ferraro. 3 seconds left. Puck out high, Richard. And that's it. Period's over. After one, 3-1 Atlanta. We'll be right back. This is Atlanta Knights hockey.
For the Atlanta Knights, 14, the Las Vegas Thunder 12.
The Atlanta Knights on Sports South are brought to you by First Chiropractic, official chiropractors of the Atlanta Knights. By Lipton, the Brisk Tea. By Norwegian Cruise Line. By Sonic Blades, the pro's choice in skating. Also by Kimberly-Clark, makers of Huggies diapers. By Texaco, home of System 3 gasoline.
Is Jason Ruff, who just extended his scoring streak to 13 games, goal scoring streak to 10. Jason, I thought a very strong start for the Knights against a team that really forechecks well in this small building. Your thoughts on the first period?
I thought we came out pretty strong tonight, and we got off to a quick start with the young line there, and Gaby, Toms, and they really played well the first period. So, every line's playing well right now, and as long as we do that and play well defensively, we'll have a good game, and hopefully we'll get a win out of it.
We've talked about their defensemen pinching a lot. They're offensive-minded. Are you out there looking for those odd-man rushes, trying to take advantage?
Yeah, it's a small rink, so both teams, I think, their defense can pinch quite a bit, and we've caught their D a few times, and we've capitalized. As long as we can do that, we'll be all right tonight.
Stan, you have a question for your old line here?
Offensively, things are going really well. What do you think you got to do to get by these defensemen?
I don't know. I think they're big, they're experienced, but they can be beaten, and I think you got to go wide, and I think deep down in the corners, if you work them hard down low, they're not going to be able to stay with our team. We're too quick.
Well, Jason, we have a picture of your goal, 14th of the year. Pretty feed in front. You just buried it. Did you pick a spot?
Not really. I was going to go across the crease there. I was coming one way, and the goalie was coming back the other way, and I thought I'd go across the net. But he showed me the poke check a little early, and I just stopped and put it in the open side. Right there, he showed me the poke check, and I went back the other way.
There it is. Nice little deke there, showing the soft hands. Jason Ruff, 14th of the year. Jason, congratulations on keeping the streak going and a strong first period. Thanks for being our guest.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Jason Ruff, our guest on the Brooks Brothers interview. The Knights lead Las Vegas 3-1. We'll be back to Las Vegas after this timeout on Atlanta Knights hockey. Vegas, Nevada. One of the things that really impressed me about John Parrish Jr. early, Stan, is his willingness to put youngsters in tough situations. It's part of the growing process. They should be. That's how they develop. And this is a tough situation out there against guys like Bonk and Quinney. Youngsters really presented themselves well in the first, didn't they?
Oh, I mean, Tom's and Gavey got off to a great start. I mean, that was a big confidence builder for them early in this game. And when they're doing things like that, they're going to get the confidence. They're going to play well. I mean, it's early in the year. We're game 13. And this is when it's time to see what the young guys can do.
Now, the veterans provide a leadership on any good team. The Thunder able to sustain some forechecking. We talked about that. They finally broke through, cut the lead in half, and then Jason Ruff comes up with the goal. I've got to believe there's a bit more confidence in that dressing room up by 2.
Well, hopefully John will have realized, and I'm sure he did, where that Jason Ruff goal originated. I mean, you saw a great defensive play in our own zone, just inside our blue line that created that goal.
Any way to stop the cycling, stop the forechecking success or skill of this Thunder?
Well, I mean, you just got to grab your man, pin him against the wall, and don't let him get to the front of the net.
Probably a little easier said than done, but the Knights have done it pretty well. 3-1 Atlanta after 1. We'll be back after this time out on Atlanta Knights hockey. Down here, and let's go right to the highlights stand. Knights scoring early always gives a team a lift, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. You get a goal that early in the game, you know you're going to be off to a good start, so things are really going to happen from then on. Here you have it again. I mean, picture perfect play. This is the one you draw up on the board to show the kids what to do. Defenseman goes down. Tomsey, great patience, pass to Gaves, shot and a goal.
Aaron Gavy's third of the year at 15 seconds. And then another pretty play at 8:36. It was Ferraro from Miller and Toms. This was a tip in front.
Well, I mean, this is one of those goals where I think this was their goal. We have their goal with the great play by Rogers with that traffic in front of the net, spotting Richards back there creeping in.
There you go. That was Richard with the goal there from Rogers and Reed. That actually cut the lead down to 2-1. Here's the Atlanta goal.
Here's Jason's goal. I mean, a great play. I mean, when you see that poke check that early from a goaltender, it sure does make things a heck of a lot easier.
He had the presence of mind to stay with the puck. He didn't commit to the cut across the crease from left to right. And when he saw that commitment by Malarchuk, he was able to rework his thought process. Okay, I guess we've got the Ferraro goal here.
No, this is Ruffy's goal right here. This is what I was talking about. Just inside our blue line, Jason turned the puck over, and here he is, driving to the net, starting from his own blue line. And here's the poke check again. He keeps his hands so close together, Jason. Doesn't really shift them around too much. And that doesn't give the goalie any indication on when he's going to release the puck.
So the Knights lead at 3-1. That made it 3-1 at the 16-minute mark. Ruff's 14th from the Ferraro twins, both getting assists on that goal. For Ruff now, he has scored in 10 straight games. And those are our Heineken highlights here in the first period. Let's go right to the Georgia Lottery totals after 1 as the Knights lead it on the scoreboard. Shots 14-12 in favor of Atlanta. That in itself is a meaningful stat. This Thunder team hasn't been outshot but once all year. Power plays, penalty kills, and penalties really kept to a minimum in the first period.
Well, that's good for us. I mean, our penalty kill hasn't been that great this year. We're at 72%, so that's something we definitely have to work on.
So the Knights with a strong first 20 minutes, lead it by a score of 3-1 after 1. And we'll be right back after this on Atlanta Knights hockey.
Why do so many people choose Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
Thomas and Mack Center, the home of the Runnin' Rebels. There's Jason Ruff. Pleased to have him stop by in the first intermission. Our Brooks Brothers interview brought to you all season long by Brooks Brothers. And Jason receives a gift certificate at Brooks Brothers with locations throughout the Southeast. Well, Mike Greenlay is still in the goal for Atlanta after a very strong first period, as is his counterpart, Clint Malarchuk. Malarchuk struggling a bit in this building so far this year. Let's check the Atlanta Journal-Constitution scoreboard. Chicago over Indy 5-4 in the third. Kalamazoo all over the Soviets in the Battle of the Wings, 6-0. Fort Wayne with the lead over Peoria 2-1. Houston and San Diego scoreless in the first. For subscriptions to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, dial 522-4141. That's area code 404. After a period like that, what kind of message from John Parrish Jr.? He's normally positive. I imagine he would be after a period.
John's always positive in the dressing room. He's just going to relay to the message that this game is far from over. 40 minutes, you put that 3-1 lead behind you. You're starting from scratch, 0-0 out there. Go out, play hard the first 5 minutes, settle the play down, and go from there.
Is that a ritual? The old tap of the fist, top, bottom?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't look behind there too often. I don't know what he's doing back there.
You're generally out on the ice waiting for the draw. Stan Drulli is our guest here in the booth. Shaking up a bit, couple of muscle pulls. Expect to be back tomorrow, or do you wake up tomorrow and decide about then?
I mean, it feels good today. I felt good out in practice out there this morning, but you know, it's something that you don't know about. I think I could have started the game. I don't know if I could have finished the game. So
better to rest. I know you don't want to rest, but isn't it better in a first of 3 and 3 nights?
Well, I was hoping to try and battle through the 3 games this weekend, and then I would have had a week off. We played Wednesday and then Friday, so that's what my objective was. So Gary and John sat down, and they thought it'd be better for me to rest right now before it gets serious and miss a month or so.
We're getting set to start the second period. High atop the ice level here.